Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below, your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a 1,000-piece limited edition launched for 2014. This is the IWC Ingenieur Automatic Carbon Performance, a watch that celebrates high-performance automobiles and, indirectly, IWC's relationship with Mercedes-AMG. This is an automatic-themed technical watch in a combination of sapphire, ceramic, carbon fiber, and of course, rubber and leather. We'll talk about that in a moment, but first the size. The watch is 46 millimeters in diameter, which means it's a meaty timepiece. Not excessively heavy due to its composition. It's neither heavy nor thick, as I have to say 14.5 millimeters is fairly slim for a watch of this type. It is large though, across the wrist 57.1 millimeters. Now we'll zoom out a little bit, throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and we really will pull the camera out here. And on my wrist you can see it fits, but just. I would recommend you wear this watch on a wrist no smaller than mine, 16 centimeters circumference. However, it is quite light. Again, just rubber, leather, sapphire, carbon fiber, and ceramic, all very light materials. Taking a quick look, you can see that the case itself is designed with little stubby lugs, and there's a seamless junction with the strap. This watch is loosely based on Gerald Genta's Jumbo Ingenieur of 1976, and you could see that in the case lines and also the integration of strap and lug profile. So there's a little bit of a taper here, and you can even see that it thins out as it moves away from the lugs. What at first glance appears to be textile is actually an embossed black calfskin leather, and then we have this lovely signal green contrasting stitch. The idea here being to emulate the color of Formula One wet weather tires. So Pirelli's Rain Spec tire in the P0 F1 family would include, at the time of this watch's construction, these bright green details. Now moving down a little bit, you can see the underside is ribbed and somewhat evacuated to make the strap more flexible, but also allow the wrist to breathe. You can see there is a push button release system on each side for the strap, so you can swap fairly easily, and then a lovely media blasted matte finished titanium pin buckle, and you can see that right there. Taking a quick look at the case, it's not the only carbon fiber case I've ever seen, but it may be the only carbon fiber case I've ever seen that features a thick varnish or lacquer over the material itself. Usually it's left in a raw matte state when it's machine milled for case use, and in this instance IWC has set its watch apart and created better harmony between the gloss of the ceramic and the carbon fiber by gloss finishing the carbon fiber itself. That said, no two examples of this watch will feature the same carbon fiber patterns because of the unique layup of each block of carbon. What you will notice that there's a contrast between the unidirectional carbon of the case flank and the more typical carbon fiber weave pattern of the lug hoods as well as the dial. The bezel is black ceramic, which means it's highly scratch resistant. There is a screw-down crown. The watch is 120 meters water resistant, and you can see I have both hacking seconds and a quick set date for rapidly cycling the date. So I have those two subsidiary setting functions. Again, the ceramic bezel with these little inset bolts fixing it, a nod to the 1970s and the Genta design, but this is basically to an IWC Ingenieur as a Royal Oak offshore is to a Royal Oak. Now you can see there's a carbon fiber weave on the dial, there's a Ray-Hot outboard with a 60-second scale for reading minutes and seconds, a little green varnished tip to the Lancet style counterweighted seconds hand, and then we have black hour and minute hands with white lume inserts, and then applique indices with lume, and we'll do a quick lume shot right here. As you can see, it is a true sports watch, well loomed, highly water resistant automatic winding. Flip it over and you can see the case back. The movement that's used is the 80110, a manufacturer caliber built by IWC. You can see the case back itself is made of a combination of sapphire and titanium, and then there's more woven carbon fiber on the reverse side, as well as counter-threaded reverse side bolts. You can see it's fixed in place, bolt to bolt, front to back, like a sandwich structure. And the movement has a Peloton-style pawl-based winding system, and Albert Peloton designed this in the late 40s for implementation in the 50s at IWC. You can see there's a pawl wheel and then two pawls. It's a bidirectional winding system that's known for being very efficient and very tough. It beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and it has a power reserve of 44 hours. It's also adjusted in 5 positions, and it pivots on 28 joules. You'll note the use of piston imagery, pistons and connecting rods, as though the center of the winding rotor were the center of a crankshaft. There's satination across some of the subsidiary bridges and then engine turning on other bridges, as well as the base plate with black polished screws. It is a good-looking, albeit mechanically finished movement that is tough, accurate, and worthy of a watch of this stature. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.